What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Adama Traore, because a very credible journalist in Spain is saying that Liverpool have asked, Jurgen Klopp has asked Liverpool to make a move for Adama Traore. So in this video we will take a look at the report, and also a brand new FIFA 21 Liverpool career mode episode is coming later tonight. Sorry for not uploading for the past 2 days. My girlfriend was at home taking a break. I spent some time with her, but now I'm back to daily uploading the FIFA 21 career mode. And according to Mundo Deportivo, they claim that the potential transfer would make sense for the Premier League champions, and the article was written by Miguel Rico, who is a very credible source, credible journalist when it comes to matters close to Spain and also to Barcelona. And of course Adama Traore made his way through the ranks at Barcelona before making a move to the Premier League side Aston Villa for 7 million. So according to the report, according to Miguel Rico, Jurgen Klopp wants Adama Traore, and Rico believes that Adama Traore's talent may surprise some, with the journalist speaking very highly of Adama Traore. And this is what he wrote: "Some with other qualities do not have the imbalance with which this man Traore can open the most closed defense. Others with these conditions do not have the fortune of continuity or the concentration that the elite football demands." It is claimed that it is logical that Jurgen Klopp wants him at Liverpool, with Wolves asking for around 63 million pounds to sign this 24-year-old. I'm not sure I believe this report, to be honest, that Jurgen Klopp that much wants Adama Traore. Last season Adama Traore played more than 50 games for Wolves, and he got 6 goals and 12 assists in all competitions, including 3 goals in both wins against Man City. That was the most impressive thing, I think, that Wolves beat Manchester City home and away for the first time in many years, with Adama Traore scoring 3 goals in those 2 games, and he also got an assist as well. So if he can do against Man City, he can do it against almost any team in the world. And Jurgen Klopp called Adama Traore unplayable in moments. Unbelievable, what a player. This is Jurgen Klopp's words about Adama Traore. So I think, of course, obviously Jurgen Klopp admires Adama Traore a lot, but I highly doubt that Liverpool would spend 63 million pounds on another winger when we already signed Jota last summer. We signed Minamino in January. When he signed for Wolves, especially his second season in the Premier League, he is now one of the most exciting and one of the most dangerous wingers in the Premier League. But the price that the report mentions is 63 million pounds, and I can say that Liverpool won't spend that amount on a winger unless one of the front three leaves. And that begs the question: is there something happening that we don't know about? Will Mane, Salah or Firmino leave in the next 1 or 2 years? That's the only way I can see us going for a player like Adama Traore, who actually had a very impressive season last season, and I will watch him very closely this season for a very exciting Wolves side and what he can do. But we already have Jota, Minamino and Divock Origi as good backup players. We also have Shaqiri as well, so I'm not sure if we need Adama Traore that much. And it looks like Harry Wilson will not join Swansea because they couldn't come up with the wages and the loan fee that Liverpool wanted for Harry Wilson. So it looks like that he will join another Welsh club, Cardiff City, on loan. Harry Wilson, until tonight, I think there is still the deadline is approaching that Premier League clubs can sell and loan out players to Championship outfits, and it looks like Swansea's neighbours Cardiff will sign Harry Wilson. So good luck to him at Cardiff. I think that's a good level of Championship football. I would have preferred him to go to Swansea, but oh well. And also it looks like that Harry Kane is joining Barnsley for 1.2 million pounds in total with add-ons, and Liverpool will also retain a 15% sell-on clause in Harry Kane, who also had offers from Luton, Hull City and Portsmouth, and he will hope to be registered in time to make his debut against hometown club Bristol City on Saturday. So that's an interesting story. Liverpool also expect interest to come for Ben Woodburn, probably a League One club for Ben Woodburn, Liam Miller and perhaps Yasser Larouci. These three players are also free to leave Liverpool if they can find a club that are interested in them. Nat Phillips is now unlikely to be loaned out, with Liverpool feeling a permanent move or remaining at the club as a centre-back cover would be in the player's best interests. Nottingham Forest, Middlesbrough and Bristol City and Swansea are all interested in signing Nathaniel Phillips. I would keep him as just a backup option, a cover for the centre-back position, because I think that Liverpool are a little bit short. If Gomez and Matip are both out injured, then we have to play Van Dijk and Fabinho, and that's not an ideal situation to be in. And also, just an update on the Jack Butland situation. Liverpool have been continuously linked with Jack Butland and a move for Jack Butland, but it looks like Crystal Palace have made a move for Jack Butland, and Crystal Palace are desperately in need of a new recognised goalkeeper because Wayne Hennessy got injured, and according to London News Online, Crystal Palace are expected to complete the signing of Butland before tonight's 5 p.m. deadline in a permanent deal. The Telegraph reported something similar in what will finally put an end to the rumours linking Butland to Liverpool. Butland, of course, has been linked with many times. So it looks like Liverpool are trusting Adrian for this moment to start games in the absence of Alisson. Alisson is back in 6 weeks, and I really hope that Adrian can sort himself out and hopefully he can put in really good performances, because his performance against Aston Villa was just not good enough. What better way to bounce back than against your really big City rivals Everton, who are flying this season. I think this is the perfect game for Liverpool to bounce back in. Let's hope we can do it. And Jurgen Klopp actually revealed the very long text that he sent to Liverpool players the morning after that big loss against Aston Villa. The night after the game was not the best night of my life, Jurgen Klopp said, but I got up in the morning and I knew I had to speak to my boys, but they were not here. So I texted them a long message, which was pretty much my thoughts about the things which had happened, and after that I felt much better because then it was out, and from that moment we could carry on, and that's what we did. Now we are here and we have had enough time to deal with it. Losing a game is the exact opposite of what you want. Losing it 7-2 makes it, of course, worse, but sometimes we have to show that it can be useful. We have the chance to show that on Saturday lunchtime against Everton. So that makes it really interesting because we face a team who is flying, obviously, and we got a proper knock. So now let's see who deals better with that. And Jurgen Klopp had very high praise for Carlo Ancelotti, a top team with a top manager. What I think about Ancelotti was never a secret. I couldn't respect him more as a person and as a coach. He's a wonderful human being, to be honest. I knew from the first day when I heard that he will sign for Everton, I thought, oh, the next proper challenger in line. And Ancelotti's work this season has shown that Everton are proper top 6 contenders. I'm a little bit reluctant to say top 4 contenders because of their goalkeeper, but honestly, if they had a better goalkeeper, I would put them in a top 4 contender spot. But top 6, definitely, they are challenging, and I mean, right now they are in a better shape than Manchester United, for example. So I can see Everton sneaking in at like 5th or 6th place maybe. But for the top 4, I think they need a better goalkeeper than Jack Butland, Jordan Pickford, because he's just an absolute shambles, liability. And I mean, I expect a lot of goals in the Merseyside derby because both Pickford and Adrian are just calamities at the back, and I don't trust either of them. And Jamie Carragher was reflecting on the legacy of the Liverpool owners and the past 10 years at Liverpool. So I think their legacy of Fanzone Sports Group, FSG, when they sell up, as they eventually will do at some stage, Anfield will be unrecognizable and Liverpool will have one of the best training grounds in the world. They brought in the first title in 30 years. They got Jurgen Klopp at this club for longer than he has been at any other. I'm not quite sure he will stay at the end of his current contract though, and fingers crossed there's a few more trophies before Jurgen Klopp goes or FSG go, whatever stage that is. So yes, I think they have done a great job to be the owners that won the league. Is it their legacy? Isn't it? If you look at the net spend, is it huge? No, it's not, but does it need to be right now? You know, there will come a time when Liverpool are not top of the league They are fighting it out for the top 4 position. Loads of teams have done it. Look at Chelsea and Manchester United right now. 10 years ago they were dominating the Premier League. At the moment it is Liverpool and Man City. It goes in roundabouts, and that may be the time when FSG have to spend a little bit more to get Liverpool back on top. There was a summer in 2018 when they did really spend big. It was a couple of £100 million. There was Naby Keita, Alisson, Fabinho, Virgil van Dijk had come in earlier in the year. I'm not daft. I know the owners are not Manchester City's owners or Chelsea's. At the moment, whatever you say about the Glazers at Manchester United, they have spent a lot of money at Man United. Liverpool haven't, and they are applauded for that. But don't get me wrong, that means you have to get a lot right if you can't blow your teams out of the water financially. But Liverpool are now seen as a model that everyone wants to copy in terms of how they sign players, bring young players through with the manager they have got. And I think that's a very good analysis by Carragher, meaning that when Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool, we need to absolutely nail the best manager appointment, and also the scouting department has to pretty much stay the same or stay as effective as it is right now, because almost like 80 or 90% of Liverpool transfers work out and they are value for money, and they increase their value over time at Liverpool. And that hasn't been always the case. And if Liverpool, of course, can't spend as much as Man City, Chelsea, Man United, imagine if our transfers don't work out in the future, then we will be really in trouble. So that's why I'm saying that the scouting department needs to stay intact. And Jose Enrique, former Liverpool defender, believes that Steven Gerrard would be wise to avoid Liverpool, making himself a Liverpool manager, and he would be wise to avoid trying to emulate former Liverpool managers. I do not know who will replace Jurgen Klopp, but I hope it won't be a decision the club has to make anytime soon, Enrique said. Look at the difference he has had on the team and the players who now want to come and play for Liverpool. Before Jurgen Klopp came, and even when he joined, it was Luis Suarez and Philippe Coutinho, our best players at the time, who wanted to move to better teams. And now we have Thiago coming from Bayern Munich, the European champions, who have just won the treble, to play for Liverpool, because Jurgen Klopp has made us one of the best clubs in the world. I believe Steven Gerrard will manage Liverpool one day, but to come in after Klopp immediately would not be good. Stevie is probably Liverpool's best ever player, and he will always be remembered as that, but to come in after Klopp, fans will want him to win things straight away, and that's not easy. I really like how Stevie works as a manager, and things are going really well for him at Rangers, but it would be difficult to change the way Liverpool work again after Klopp and achieve success immediately. I would love him to one day manage Liverpool though, and that's the big conundrum, and I think we need to just give Steven Gerrard as much time as possible to just gather experience and stay at Rangers for another 4 or 5 years maybe, try to win the league title there. If he doesn't win the league title in like 4 or 5 years in Scotland, you have to ask him, and you have to ask, is he really good enough to be the next Liverpool manager? I love Steven Gerrard to bits as a player, but you need to look at him differently as a manager. You need to look at him as a rookie manager who is still gathering experience. It's only his, I think his second season at Rangers, so, or third season or whatever, but he needs to get more experience and more. He needs to actually fail more, so he learns from those failures and becomes a better manager, and then he could become a Liverpool manager. But the next manager after Klopp needs to be someone who is experienced and who is a winner and who has the pedigree and the CV, who has won trophies and titles before. So yeah, let me know what you think about all the topics that we discussed in this video, and thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later guys. Goodbye.